Welcome to the 2019 version of the Mike and Mike podcast. I'm Mike Cosentino.
Mike Antonio.
We're starting just the playoffs, right? We're at the beginning of the playoffs.
Yep, we're in the first round of the playoffs.
We just finished the showcase game.
Yep, we just had the All-Star game.
How do you think that went?
Went real well. To me, it was one of the best All-Star games I've seen in years. It was low scoring. I thought there was so much talent on the ice the way they were moving the puck around.
The over-under line was 16. I think Art said it, and I lost $100 because there was only 9 goals scored. Because last year
I think I would have lost
goals.
it too, because I was predicting it was going to be high scoring.
There was a lot of really good defense, some good goaltending, except for the kid from HLV, but we won't mention that tonight.
He's kidding.
I'm just kidding. Actually, we do have HLV in the house tonight. Jerry Kilkenny, the president, will be joining us, and 2 players, right?
Yep.
Anything else you want to talk about the playoffs?
No, we're just right now in the first round of playoffs. We just went through Tier 1A and B on Monday and getting ready to gear up for the Tier 2 division. It started last night with the Churchill East, Riverfront. But then that's going to start picking up real heavy next week. So
the playoffs seem earlier this year.
Yeah, the scheduler did it differently this year. We had an open week at the end of January and decided to push everything up earlier, which I prefer to go a little later, which it's all right. We may do.
Right.
You know, so.
Okay, so why don't we take a break? When we come back, we'll be joined by a president, not Donald Trump, but a president of HLV. And we'll be back right after these words.
Okay, we're here at HLV's president, Jerry Kilkenny. Jerry, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been involved in hockey?
7 or 8 years. My son started out in roller hockey and then picked up ice hockey as a peewee. I've been the treasurer since we've joined the club and president for about a year now.
When you say roller hockey, what organization with roller hockey? Because I notice a lot of players started with roller hockey.
Burlington Township.
Oh, so they had their own. Okay, because I remember back there was a 99ers. I don't know if you heard of them. Roller hockey. A lot of kids came out of that program, but I haven't seen them around. That's why I was curious.
They used to have the roller hockey rink at Voorhees. Is that still there?
That's the 99ers.
Okay,
that's the one. I
think they took that rink out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were outdoor.
Okay. Oh, you were outdoor, not indoor. Okay, I got you. So, any particular player stand out to you that's been a surprise on the team over the last couple of years? Present company excluded, of course.
All of them clearly outskate me now. If I had to pick one, I'd probably go with Tyler Gray. He's really been bringing it this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he a forward?
He's a forward. He's a younger brother, so he's kind of always been in his older brother's shadow. And this year he's really stepped up, kind of making a name for himself.
Is he a junior?
Now you're getting me in trouble. I think so.
Okay.
He's not related to Tom Gray, is he?
No.
They're 2 different. Okay. Yeah. All right. With HLV drawing from 3 schools, what is the biggest challenge?
Biggest challenge? Keeping track of what all 3 different schools are doing.
Right.
So it's Holy Cross, right? Lenape and Rancocas Valley, right?
Yep.
Currently, well, we're phasing out on Holy Cross. Right. We picked up Seneca, so we've got 2 kids from Holy Cross. We're almost 50-50, essentially RV and Lenape.
Okay.
Really?
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know.
Which makes it tough. I mean, we're not opposed to going pure. We'd like to, but when it's so evenly split, it makes it really difficult.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, I would think because you're pulling from 2 schools.
Essentially, yeah.
It's really, that's a big.
Who's you're saying they're 50-50, both Rancocas and
essentially,
and right? Because Lenape years ago used to be a big school in our league.
That's
big right from the beginning, and also Rancocas as well.
And they had a pretty good program.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've seen the trophies from.
Yeah, they had some good scores there.
Lenape was like I would say like the Buffalo Bills. They would make the championship, but they never won it. They've been there about 2 or 3 times. They never could pull it off.
Yeah. Here's a question that I ran by Mike. He didn't want me to ask it, but I'm going to ask it.
My wife did.
Jerry, since you come to the meetings every month, if you were in charge of the league, what's the one thing that you would change? You're president of the league of the South Jersey League now, not just HLV.
I'm sure Mike's heard this before.
I hear it all.
We'd like to play Cherokee. We'd
Okay.
like to, do.
We used
I'd
to do
reprioritize. Yeah, just I mean, I understand the purity drive,
Right.
but maybe reprioritize the competition part of it, so that the better teams play the better teams. Give the weaker teams a year or two to
Right.
to recruit, maybe
because it's
get a
always
little better.
we used to do that. I remember a few years back, but
Yes,
it's always
yes.
tough because some teams sandbag.
Oh, yeah.
Or some teams aren't as
Right.
good as they think they're going to be,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get a game that's 10-0, which is not entertaining for me
Well,
as a
just to give you an
fan.
idea why it was done in the beginning is because the pure leagues were dwindling down to 3 teams at the time.
Yeah.
And we had to do something to try to build it up.
True, right.
So in order to try to encourage some of those teams and to come over, we figured, we need to separate them. And what happened was now we were up to 10 at one point. Now we're at 9 because Black Horse really wasn't pure.
No.
But we're back basically have 9 pure teams. Am I opposed to them playing the 2? The thing is, it's not really me. It's the pure teams. They're the ones who, like Scott. Scott says, I don't want to play any. Because Scott's feeling of it is he's got more to lose. When he goes in, he's got a good team. Say they win the championship, and then they play a Tier 2, and say the Tier 2 beats him. He feels it's not fair because they're drawing from 3, where he's drawing from the 1. I
But it's
understand.
not. Yeah, but it's just,
I'm just-
it's just
that's
a game.
that's just
We're
his,
playing
right.
3 periods, and it's about the kids. I don't agree with that. I think I would like to see the Tier 2 and Tier 1, the good teams, play each other.
That's where I look at it. Is I think the kids learn more in a tough game.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
Well, you got my vote, Jerry, for if you ever run. Sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
All right. Do you see any of the schools breaking off to be pure next year?
I don't see it next year because we lose a large number of seniors. We've got 12. I think it's 12 seniors we're losing
Is that
this
from
year.
a certain school?
And
or?
and it's about 50-50 still.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
12 this year or next year?
Yeah, this
wow,
year.
That's a lot.
I love to see one of those schools come in pure. I'd love to see both of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
like to
I've looked
get
at the
them
numbers
back.
just to see possibility on
Right.
stuff, and the issue is we're almost evenly split between JV and varsity as well.
Right. I'm just
So when you're
surprised
down to
with
15,
Lenape.
then
Lenape, I'm just really, because they, with them with Seneca, not Seneca, with Shawnee and Cherokee. Lenape used to be one of those big power along
Yeah.
with them, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden they don't have the body, it's just.
So the last question, we always like to be a fluff question. Back and forth, we were talking. So if you're out in a boat and you have 1 life preserver and 2 guys are drowning, Bob Tatey,
Okay.
and who's the other guy? Mike Pontonio. Who do you throw the life preserver to? Do you save the referee or do you save the president?
All right.
It's a tough one.
You gotta think about that one,
not
right?
mentioning any recent ranks, but we're going. Mike's getting saved.
Sorry, Bob.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. We do love our referees, don't we?
We do.
We love them.
Anything
that's a good
else you want to
question.
tell us about HLV? And I mean, the program is really, the last couple of years have really been very successful.
We're just trying to keep things rolling. We're
Right.
in the schools trying to get our presence felt so that we can keep recruiting and getting people stay on a roll.
Do they let you announce that the games?
No,
are still on
unfortunately,
Yeah, a
today?
lot of schools are going through that.
Yeah, really
they do the
irritating.
same thing. Now, your son's a senior this year, right?
Correct.
Are you going to be, when he graduates, you still going to be involved with the club? Really, that's good.
Yeah.
That's what we like to see, more people to
Yeah,
stay.
we'd like to get more people to step up and be involved, but
Right.
right now, I'm going to be
The
involved. until we get
turnover
some-
of boards in the league with teams is really a killer.
It is.
Because then they start or they don't know and they ask the same questions over, and that's why we like to see the same people.
And that's I've
Yeah,
offered.
yeah.
I'll stay on as long as we need until somebody else feels comfortable and can
Right,
come into
right.
meetings
That's
and
good.
stick around and learn.
Right, that's good. That's the way
We
I
need
like
that.
it. Right.
All right, well, appreciate it, Jerry. Thanks for
Jerry,
coming.
thanks for coming.
We'll take a break. We're going to come back and interview 2 players from HLV, Matt Kilkenny and Nick Manning, goaltender. Be right back.
Okay, we're back here with the players from HLV, Nick Manning and Matt Kilkenny.
Welcome, boys.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Start off with.
So I've been playing hockey for 9 years. I started off at roller. Been playing ice hockey for about 7 years.
Right.
Played my club
Always
hockey
a goalie?
years. Oh yeah. Played my club hockey years at Jaguars, and have been playing HLV for 4 years. Played JV my freshman year and varsity for the next 3 years.
Okay, great. And Matt?
I started off playing roller hockey just like Nick. And Nick also was not always a goalie.
Oh,
He played defense.
play defense. You left that part out.
It was roller. It wasn't ice hockey.
Oh, that didn't count. Okay.
And then played middle school for HLV. And then worked my way up. Started playing hockey second year Pee Wee for
Okay.
ice hockey.
What club?
Jags.
You're with Jags too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for the female fans out there, is there a particular hairdresser you go to get your hair to look so lovely?
My mom.
Your mom.
My mom.
Mom
My
does a
my
great
hair.
job. I see a young female that doesn't look like your mom that's not too happy with you. Your former girlfriend. So you guys, this year you finished 1 point out of first. I think Clearview had you out in the last game, as I recall.
Yes.
Does it matter that much to finish first during the regular season, or?
No, because everyone makes playoffs anyway. You could be the worst team
Right.
and still win the championship. That's what happened our sophomore year. We ended up not being really that well during the regular season. Made it to the championship, even though we lost, but we made
The
it.
whole
Made
new
it.
season, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody has the same
Right.
record
yeah.
during
Right.
the playoffs. How about you, Matt?
I kind of agree with that. I mean, I still think it helps, seeding wise. If you get the higher seed, then
It's nice
You're
to
gonna-
be the number one seed.
yeah.
Right.
But in all reality, I mean, as long as you get into playoffs, you have a chance.
Right. That's true.
Right. Nick, with a 12-4-1 record this season, Tier 2 Player of the Year last season, how's a year different? How's it different from last year, this year?
I feel like this year we're more of a unified team. Last year we really only had like 1 or 2 players that really ran the team and like had.
Right.
This year we have better chemistry, passing, scoring. Just the scoring
Really?
plays are a lot different than last year.
Team looks good. I've watched it a few times. It looks pretty good.
What do you think, Matt? You think that's chemistry is better this year than
The
last?
chemistry is definitely better. We're working more as a unit, using all 4 lines.
Right.
We have a full bench this year. Last year it was a little
That helps to
short-handed.
roll 4 lines.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So who would you say was your toughest opponent or biggest rival?
Our toughest opponent is definitely Clearview because they definitely match our skill the best.
Right.
But our biggest rival is Cherry Hill
Really?
because of the past 2 years they beat us in the
Oh, okay,
championship.
that's right. Okay.
How about for you, Matt?
Personally, Cherry Hills always showed up when we played them. So, I mean, I think they're definitely one of our toughest opponents. But Clearview edged us out right at the end there. So maybe in the future I could see a rivalry between us.
Yeah.
Damn Pioneers.
Yeah, Pioneer.
They're a good school, good program. They've always, going back since when I first started, like
Yeah,
this
way
Mike
back.
Sullivan, and they had a great, good history there. So it's a tough program.
Not Mike Sullivan, Larry Meenan.
Yeah, but Pat Sullivan.
Pat Sullivan.
Pat Sullivan. Yes.
Mike's with Cherokee.
Yes. So go
I
ahead.
mean, okay, Matt, 7 goals this year. Do you enjoy defense or you would rather play offense?
Personally, I like offense, but the team needs defense too. So
All right. The defense, or you rather
Defense.
Play, oh, you rather play defense?
I'd rather play defense for the HLV team.
Right.
Just for the, I mean, it's always fun to shut people down, and Nick likes me in front of them.
I got another question to ask you. I noticed you play goaltender when you help out the team. How do you like that? You do pretty good at it.
That's probably one of the most fun things that I've had the
Do you
chance
have
to do.
I mean, it seems like you have some experience. I'm assuming you played it before.
Roller hockey.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
that's
it's
what it is. Okay.
So who's a better goalie?
Oh, shh.
That would be him.
Okay. Just checking. Just making sure. How about that? Now you guys are both seniors, right?
Yeah.
Any highlights, during the course of your 4 years playing high school hockey? Something stand out to you?
It was always nice to make it to the championship and just like the huge crowd that showed out. even it was a little nerve-wracking, but it's always fun to be in a championship.
You can get one.
What about your plans for college?
I'm looking at 3 schools right now, Newman, Rutgers, or Widener. They're all interested in me for hockey.
Okay.
So it's probably going to come down to cost.
Yeah,
Right.
it always comes down to money.
Oh yeah, yeah.
How about you, Matt?
I will say getting picked for the All-Star team twice was very fun.
Yeah.
It was a nice experience. Last year's was definitely more entertaining than this year's, at least from my perspective.
What, for a goal scoring?
Goal scoring perspective.
This year I thought there was more. I just thought
It was
the
back and
talent
forth.
It was more. It was more
defense.
defensive.
It was
really.
defensive battle.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was a defensive
And
battle.
both, I mean, all 6 goalies that played had an amazing game.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, goalies and the D were really
Yeah.
good.
But I'm looking at 13 colleges at the moment. On my
13?
list. Yeah,
How could you narrow it down to like 2 or 3? 13?
13.
13 colleges.
Where's
You
that at?
got how many months left? You have to make your mind. You know that
Pretty
much
soon.
time- Pretty
Yeah.
soon, right?
Pretty soon you got to decide. Are you going to stay local or go away?
The farthest away would be Niagara. Then
Okay, Niagara.
most local I was looking at was Newman too.
Okay.
Okay.
So is it a package deal? If he goes to Newman, you're going to take your defenseman with you?
I hope so.
Okay. All right. And then finally, tell us something about yourself that would surprise us.
I don't know. I'm a Boy Scout.
You're a Boy Scout?
I am a
That
Boy
definitely
Scout.
would surprise me.
Yeah.
How about you, Nick?
When I started off playing hockey, I was really interested in being a player, but I could tell that just like the natural skill of playing goalie was just natural.
You are
Right.
definitely one of the top goalies
Thank you.
in the league.
You already told me something that was surprising, that you didn't know you were in tier 2.
Oh yeah, I didn't know. I did.
That was surprising to me.
All right, well, we appreciate you
were.
guys coming out. Thanks
you.
so much. Good luck in the playoffs.
Good luck.
Thanks,
Good luck,
guys.
Matt.
We'll take a break, come back, and that Clearview was in the house. We'll talk to them guys right after these words.
Wondering what to get your graduating senior? I have the perfect solution. It's our 11 by 14 collage. It features in-game action photos of your favorite players. To order yours, go to SJIceHockey.com. The cost is just $50. Hurry, don't miss out on order now, so you can have it ready by your end of season banquet. P.S. I only get paid if you buy the collages. And I'm saving for Duke. Saving for college, Duke. Go Blue Devils!
Welcome back. We're here on our second segment with the Mike and Mike podcast. Our special guest tonight is Clearview assistant coach, right? I don't want us to make you head coach.
No. I don't want that responsibility yet.
Welcome, coach.
Thank you.
Glad to have you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So why don't you tell us something about yourself?
I'm a teacher at Clearview Regional High School as well. I teach media communications, which is like television production, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also a graduate from there, and I played there myself as well and played in this league.
I remember. I
Yeah.
thought the name sounded
Oh,
familiar.
yeah.
What
Yes.
year did you graduate?
05.
Oh, yeah.
So that was around Pat Sullivan. He
Yeah.
was my coach.
Was,
And,
was Meenan still there?
yeah, he was like the general manager at the
Yeah,
time.
Larry,
and
right.
And then Pat took over, and then another guy named Tommy Yerson was coach for just a
Okay.
year or two.
What did you think of Pat as a coach?
Oh, he was the
He was
best.
intense, wasn't
He was,
he?
well, I grew up with his son Mike too, and Pat
Mike,
and
I
Timmy.
knew there was a
Mike,
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, like,
Well, that's the
we were
son.
always around. Yeah, the son.
Son, yeah. But Pat was
like,
intense.
oh yeah, but he was one of the best coaches I
Right.
could ever ask for.
He,
You know.
he was a character on the bench.
Oh, yeah.
When something went wrong, he was entertaining
He
to
was
me.
like he's like a military man. Like he went to West Point and
Yes.
everything. So
Yeah.
like
Yes, he
he's
did.
real. I mean, you could see it. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
It's been a battle between the 3 schools. HLV
Yep.
and Cherry Hill. What do you
Correct.
see? What do you have to do? What has to happen in playoffs for you guys to?
Well, hopefully we keep playing like we are. The defense, like you said this year earlier, has just been like phenomenal.
Right.
Who knows how or why, but it just has been. Plus, like the goalies on all 3 of those teams, like we go back and forth with Higgins and Delonzo.
I saw that you split.
Right,
them.
and they have Martini and then Manning, and it's just like,
Right.
where's the dead spot here? You know, like and it's just those guys show up every night. So it's really tough with the goaltending.
It's been very. I've watched a few of those games. Very competitive.
Oh yeah,
very competitive.
Yeah, and all those guys like know each other too. You know, like that's always like one of the things playing high school hockey.
Thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to see.
Yeah, exactly. Battle each other on the ice, then shake hands
and
afterwards.
Respect each other. That's,
absolutely.
You know, that's a really good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So in doing some research, because sometimes I do that, my wife tells me I need to do more. I noticed that when I saw Mike Walk on the internet,
oh gosh,
you had a viral video.
Yes, I did.
You do the basketball game announcing at Clearview.
Yes,
right?
that's correct.
Why don't you tell everyone about the video that went viral?
It was kind of like I just announced, I guess, in a crazy way, you could say. Some guy just happened to be recording it that day, and he posted it on the internet, and an NFL player picked it up, he retweeted it, and then another guy did, and another guy did. And this is the Saturday before the Eagles were in the Super Bowl. So I was kind of like not paying attention to it. And next thing you know, like my buddy calls me up. He's like, "Hey man, this thing's got like 500,000 views going on right now." I was like, "I'm too nervous. The Eagles are in the Super Bowl. Like, big things first." And then, you know, Eagles won, and next thing you know, we're looking at a video with like 3.5 million views, and we're getting phone calls from all. Oh, it's insane. There's no rhyme or reason.
I gotta see that.
Oh,
it's
pretty. It's pretty.
It's something.
It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool.
Although you're not as animated on the bench.
I try not to be. We already have one of them on the bench.
You do.
Coach Volpio.
We'll talk about him later.
All right, the aspirations of being a head coach. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years? Definitely still with the team. I mean, it's.
Would you like to be a head coach of the team?
Sure. Yes and no. I mean, it's something like if it came up, sure. But if it's at the cost of losing Coach Volpio, then no. He's been like an unbelievable mentor to me, and he's just been like a second dad for me at the ice. And like, honestly, we split the responsibility so well between myself, him, Chris Brocious, Mike Wessel, and like, it's awesome. You know, I can't really ask for anything
every year
more.
I talk to Mike, he's retiring.
Yeah.
So
after this year.
Well, I think he's going to retire and become a referee because he could do it better.
Oh gosh.
Let him hear that. Yeah.
I would love that.
That would be awesome. So Clearview has a history of physical play over the years, not just recently.
Right.
They've always had a physical team. Do you embrace that reputation?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think like it's just kind of something we're from a blue-collar school, and we also have like our blue-collar players coming from West Effort, which is also just a blue-collar town, and it's just something that these kids are born with. You know, it's not like we're coming to the rink and telling them like, "Hey, you got to play physical." They just come to our area, and we embrace it for that reason. But yeah, like you said, it's just been in our nature for the past decade, I could say, and I hope it doesn't go anywhere. I love it.
Right. I just stay disciplined doing it.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
You got anything else you want to add?
No, that was.
So, okay, you're stranded on a desert island.
All right.
Which is, I didn't hear this one.
And you can have one person be with you.
Okay.
Who would you pick?
That depends if my fiance is going to watch this, because if she does, then she's going to kill me.
Probably not going to watch. She's not a hockey fan.
All right, good. I'll say Bill Murray. He's like been my favorite actor for forever. And we just sit around and laugh.
He would be interesting. Yeah.
I agree. I mean,
especially if he had his golf clubs with him.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully he's a hockey fan. Got something to talk about.
I think we asked one player the question, and he said he would take his dad. And I said, "Why would you take your dad?" He said, "Because he would do all the work."
Oh man. Well, I guess with Bill, I would do the work too.
You would have.
I might have. It depends who's watching this, you know.
Well, awesome. Great meeting you.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Good luck in the playoffs.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
We're here with the Clearview hockey team players, Luke Froyo and Brendan Bainbridge, sorry. Welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourselves.
I've been playing hockey since I was about 11 years old, and I've been floating around between Hollydale, Jags, and this year I'm at Flyers Youth.
Club hockey,
So, yes,
right? Okay.
and I've been playing 4 years of Clearview varsity hockey.
Okay. And your senior year this year, right?
So I've been playing hockey since I was 4. I started out playing at the YMCA, and then during the summer I'd put on my quads and skate around in the backyard.
Okay.
I started playing ice hockey when I was 12. Moved to travel a couple years later. Played at Hollydale, and this year I'm with Luke again playing Flyers Youth.
So you played in the Hurricanes and all?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is my second year playing Clearview, varsity both years.
Okay. Great. Okay.
Awesome. So Clearview has a winning tradition. What do you think the chances are this season of winning the championship? You got a lot of competition with HLV and Cherry Hill.
I think it's very strong chance this year. I mean, I think the last time this team has won something was the Flyers Cup, and I was in 8th grade. So I don't want to.
I remember that.
Yeah, I don't want to have a generation for our coaches not winning something. I think it's very important that we win this year, especially how strong we've grown in the school and everything. I think, the coaches, parents, fans, and all the players, I think everyone deserves it, and I definitely think we can pull it off this year.
How about you, Brendan?
I agree with what Luke said, but you also got to remember that it's not easy doing it. Like any team can do it. Like Williamstown did last year. A bunch of my friends were on that team, and they 3 wins all year, and then ended up going on a run.
Right, exactly. Right.
I was saying earlier, anything can happen in the playoffs. The records are the same.
Yeah.
Just to follow up, because you mentioned, and me and Mike were a part of the Flyers Cup committee, so we're very familiar. As an impure team, do you miss not being eligible to play Flyers Cup?
I mean, it kind of stinks that I never got the chance to, because I think that rule was made right when I was a freshman, so I never got the opportunity to.
It's always been the Flyers rule. It's not our rule. It's the Flyers.
I know,
Yeah. What happened was we put the league together, and at the time they gave us a 2-year deal or 1 or 2 year deal to let the impure teams play in it, but we had to revert back to the pure. We had to do.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's a shame you guys can't participate because you play for the Flyers. What do you think?
I agree with Luke. I think I would love to play in it. Get an opportunity to play some more games against different competition instead of playing the similar teams all year.
Right.
And it's just a great opportunity to go play in, and it sucks not being able to.
Yeah.
All right. What are your high school highlights? Any special influences?
My high school highlight was last year when we played St. Joe's in the playoffs. That was just one of the most fun games I've ever played in. Me starting off the game, I had a couple big hits that got our fans into it, and ended up we came from behind 1-0, scored a late goal in the second, ended up winning the game 2-1, and it was just such a great game and great atmosphere.
St. Joe's was a big competitor last year, if I remember.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd probably have to say the same exact game actually. I was on the ice for both of our goals that we scored with Thomas Rocky and Colin Hughes, and I just remember the feeling, how loud the building got. It was unreal.
Yeah, you get a lot of people, that's for sure.
Yeah. They do have interesting fans. I gotta say, some of the games where those kids come dressed in pajamas.
Oh yeah.
Some of the I get a kick out of it because it's really and they're loud, which is what you want, and sometimes a little.
Yeah, we actually went up in the stands, talked to them, and they're actually, out of all the fans I dealt with in the league, and I deal with Eastern and Cherokee Road, they're the only fans, Clearview, that actually showed respect towards me when I went in the stands, actually did what I asked,
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, they're very dedicated and loyal to you guys, that's for sure.
Yes,
we love them for sure.
Yeah.
They're like the clear. Sort of like in Duke, they call them the Cameron crazies. These are the Clearview crazies because they do go. And I get it. It's really entertaining.
The pajama night was unbelievable.
Pajama night was crazy.
My favorite was when we did the beach theme, and we had kids showing up in flip flops, Hawaiian shirts.
Yes, I remember
and
that.
a beach ball, I think, was there too.
And then kids were playing spike ball on the sides.
Yeah, I remember that. What's your plans after high school?
Right now I've applied to Rutgers, Rowan, and Widener, and so far I've heard back from Rutgers, Camden, and they've accepted me.
Are you looking, the schools you're looking at, you're looking for more of the education or for hockey?
I think education for sure, but
Right, that's smart.
I definitely still like to just play hockey for fun.
Sure, why not?
You want to be a doctor, or what's your
Probably
aspiration?
just something in business.
Business?
Not totally sure yet, but
Mike has his own business, landscaping.
yeah.
You looking for any help?
Right now, we're off.
You're off. How about you, Brandon?
I'm the same with Luke. Rutgers Camden was a big one, and then now George Mason University.
Okay. We play hockey, or?
Yeah, I would play hockey for both, but for me, mainly it's education purposes. I think right now is like, none of us are going to the NHL, so it's important to get the education. Still have fun.
That's smart. When I coached hockey with my team, same thing. I used to preach to them. It's important to get that education.
Yeah.
You'll have something to fall back on.
That's
I don't
good
want to
parenting.
blow anybody's dreams. No. Not
Absolutely.
being professional, but at the time, you have to be kind of realistic, and that's smart. That's real smart.
Good parenting.
I have another question. We asked this to my alumni, so I was just curious. How do you compare your both of you guys, your high school hockey team versus your club hockey team? What do you enjoy the most, or what do you?
High school, it's definitely more fun, like playing in the games, just because especially with our fans, like we probably have the best fans in the league, and just like playing for that atmosphere, and every single Friday night, itching in school just to go to the rink and play that game. And for club, it's like it's better competition for like us, and it's more fun just because we're playing against kids like our skill level and all that, and it's fun like that. But it's just not as fun playing in the atmosphere for high school and Friday night. Like
right. And how about?
Yeah, and I kind of think the same thing. Like for travel, it's a lot faster pace, which sometimes that's better, like competition, and sometimes fast pace is kind of fun. But really, like, I've gotten to play with a lot of the same guys over the past 4 years, the same coaches.
Playing for your school.
Yeah, it's like there's nothing that compares to having the Pioneer on your jersey.
Right. Playing for your school.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
A lot of my alumni, that's their greatest memories, they say, was playing high school. And they were AAA players, and the greatest memories they had was high school.
Yeah,
it's so much fun.
Being that over the past 4 years, I've been at the Jags my freshman and sophomore year, and my junior year at Hollydale, and now this year I'm at Flyers Youth. So I've had different coaches, different players, all kinds of stuff.
I had experience with 3 different clubs.
But it's nice having the same group of guys and the same coaches.
Right.
Like the same thing Luke said, like it's definitely playing against the same guys, and night in and night out, like playing against these guys in travel and high school, and it's like after the games, you give them handshakes, and like I was joking with a couple of them that like I hate playing against you guys because they always like put me try and hit me, and trying to get under my skin. Like after the game, it's just like we're all cool, and off the ice it's
right
Off the ice, it's done. So tell me something about yourself that would surprise me.
Before every game, I have coffee and tropical Skittles. I always give a handful of the Skittles to Chase Dyer before all of our high school games.
All right. So you have your own superstition.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. What about you, Luke?
And also to add to that, we always have, before travel or high school, we always make sure we get a big handshake in there before.
Okay.
And it's always banana before, chocolate milk after for me.
Banana before. What happens if you reverse it?
I've never tried that.
Yeah, no, never.
All right, then this is just totally off the cuff, but you're in a lifeboat. You got one life preserver. Coach Volpio and Coach Walk are in the water, and you can only save one of them.
I don't think I'm going to answer this one.
Come on. Can't leave. See that guy at the door? He's not letting you out till you leave.
Oh, man. I'm going to get in so much trouble.
Yeah, you're not. There's not many people watching. Don't worry. You're fine. Coach Walk already left.
No, I'm going to say Walk, but sorry, Volt.
That's okay.
This is a tough question, but I think I have to say Walk too, just because then we wouldn't have any pregame pump-up speeches or any of that.
And he's younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, you save the younger guy. The older guys live long enough.
So you should be thrown out of the boat.
Yeah. I can't swim anyway, so I'm drowning. It don't matter. I appreciate you guys coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Good luck in the playoffs.
Yep, good luck, guys. Good
Take
luck.
a break. We'll be right back. And we're back. It was a really great show tonight, Mike. We had some really good guests.
Yeah.
Clearview in the house and HLV, two rivals. Happy to report there was no altercations.
No.
They get along really
That's
well.
gonna be-
I mean,
that's going to be a good.
it's going to be a good
series.
good
You know,
series.
and even the last two games those two teams played were just unbelievable.
Yes, it's very close.
I would say it would come down to those teams, but after watching Cherry Lease, I don't know. Cherry Lease could end up taking this. I mean, they're looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's either going to be HLV or Clearview. HLV, Nick Manning's playing great, and Clearview's got the two goalie systems.
I was picking.
If I would pick one team, I would go HLV.
Right, me right now. After I was leaning with HLV, but after watching Cherry Hill East, I think Cherry Hill East is going to surprise.
Well, especially since Jerry picked up the check for tonight, I have to pick HLV.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. Well, it's HLV then.
No, but great show tonight. Thanks to all our guests. Thanks to
you.
Megan. We're doing a live commercial. She did a great job.
Make sure you get a plaque. She gets a donation so she can go to Duke.
She cannot go. She doesn't get paid unless you guys out there buy those collages. So please go to SJIceHockey.com and buy those collages. It's only $50, which is not enough money. I've been telling Art for 10 years he's got to increase the price, but what do I know? All right, so
that's it.
Anything else?
No,
We're good?
just good luck to everybody in the playoffs, and we'll see you probably
next
afterwards.
Yeah, we'll see you right before Flyers Cup.
Yep.
Have a good night.
All right, good night.